Hey guys, it's Marvin Ambrosius here. 5 Minutes with Marv podcast, a very special episode with none other James Owen Roberts, who is a retired Paralympian, TEDx speaker, and transformation coach. How you doing, dude? You right?
I'm very well, thanks, Marvin.
All right, cool. What we're going to be doing now, as we said, it's fast and thick. We've got to make sure we get into our time, and 5 minutes starts now. So, James, tell me, what does fitness mean to you?
I think for me, it's been my life. It's from probably the moment I could walk. It's been ever present in my life. So my family's got a long history of county level swimming. My dad obviously is American, but I don't sound it, and he did uh, three letter sports, which is it's very rare now, but obviously back in the day, it's pretty good. So I think it was only natural that I transcended into sport.
Oh, okay. Now, from you being a former athlete yourself, but obviously still an athlete, but have you transformed your mindset that you had as a performance athlete into your clients that you have now?
That's my aspiration. I try not to create carbon copies, but it's trying to get them as close to, I would say, open-minded and taking on different perspective. And what I mean by that is they can view a problem in a multitude of ways. So I think when I succeed that and I hear them talk of, okay, this is a problem, but I have A, B, C, D answers, it's like, yes, I've hit the jackpot.
No, that's good. And in regards to your training, because obviously the way you used to train was in the mindset of getting to a goal, performing at your best. Do you still train in that way?
Not exactly, because obviously I think that with the pandemic, it's obviously shifted things. So it's not, you can't really have a strategic set in stone, as in, because everything is ever moving, and it's more like little wins of, it's taking other people to kind of say that to me, James, like you're too numbers driven. It's too much about the, and I think it's only because sport is very much like that. It's you've got targets, you've got objectives, and PBs and PRs. I probably can't move away from that. So I've put down all the gadgets. So we were talking about MyFitnessPal before.
Yeah.
Uh, I got too obsessed with things like that. So I think somebody recommended, well, maybe give yourself a break.
Mm.
Don't look at them so much. And I kind of went, nah. The easy way to do that is put it down and put it away,
Yeah.
and then I won't obsess with it. And I look more towards, I said the small wins, so gratification, and kind of saying, well, you've it's a job well done.
Yeah.
It might not be completed, but you've accomplished a minute detail of it, which in the long run is obviously a massive process. So I think I talk about appreciating that, but for me, it's a bit deeper than that. It's actually, what's the word I want to use? Showcasing that is actually there and actually
Yeah.
enjoying every aspect of the process, which I didn't do as an athlete, which
Oh,
I think
okay.
people would find that surprising.
They always do, but that's what this show's about. And in regards to the change in obviously the dynamics of social media, would you see social media as being driven as a positive or negative thing for not just yourself in terms of your fitness goals, but your career as well?
I think that comes down to perspective. I think you can view it as good or bad. I think as a platform as a whole, you would agree that it's probably, for the most, it's negative because a lot of things are manipulated, augmented, um, and when you look at Photoshop, you're thinking, okay, what is real? But I think if I focus on the positive of, which I think the pandemic has brought to the fore, as people love the story. So if you've got a good story and you're willing to showcase vulnerability. I think people appreciate that more, and I appreciate you liking my post yesterday. For me, that wasn't a big deal. It was they were just facts. It was like, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened, and in spite of it.
Yeah, no,
I do have
exactly.
a funny story to go with it. Somebody thought I was in the limb center yesterday. It's like, no, it's an old picture, but the content is still relevant, and it would be relevant next year and the year after, and it kind of showcases, in spite of setbacks or adversity, the ones that succeed are the ones that get off the canvas.
100%. And also as well, these interviews go so quickly. I hate they go this quickly because we could talk for hours. But I want to know, if you do have one or not, what is your go-to workout song?
Ooh, that's a good question. Go-to song. I'd probably go with Kanye. Kanye's Stronger.
Okay, I've had two Kanye's in 2 weeks now. This is good. This is good. And does it just get you pumped, or does it just get you in the mindset? How does it help you?
I think it's just the lyrics, in terms of, well, obviously the music's from Daft Punk, but
Yeah.
in terms of, I think the lyrics in himself, and I think it's nothing, and it obviously is reminiscent for memories of listening to as an athlete. It would be the go-to song to. I'll give some context to people. I used to be the team's DJ. It was me with the music throughout most of my career. So in the gym, it'd be my tune. Sometimes it would be maybe too explicit. People say that's a bit too strong. It's like, and I have listened back to one of the iPods that said something that I was thinking, yeah, that is a bit too aggressive.
Bit harsh.
But in terms of kind of getting you into that zone, yeah, for me, it's hip hop and rap that did it, in terms of it got that raw energy going, I think. And it is a poignant song to push, to kind of keep going. It's like, well, it's one of those things, you want to get stronger.
Yeah.
You can't have a better song for the epitome of that.
Awesome. Well, James, thank you so much for joining me on the 5 Minutes with Marv podcast. We really appreciate it. And yeah, how can we follow you and see you on your socials? Just plug yourself now, man. Plug it.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. If you've got a LinkedIn profile, I'm on there as well. At James O Roberts 11 with all those prefixes. I also have my own podcast, The Mindset Athlete, which you can find on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon Music, and anywhere that you listen to podcasts.
That's how we plug it, guys. That's what we do. Have a great day.
Are you sure about that?